Apple on Tuesday released new iPads that will give us plenty to talk about for weeks to come. The new 10th generation iPad is a complete redesign that brings it in line with the Air and Mini, and the new iPad Pro is the fastest tablet ever made, with an M2 processor and Wi-Fi 6E. In simple terms, Apple's new tablets are its strongest ever, bringing more options for consumers at both ends of the spectrum. But buying an iPad is also more confusing than ever. Apple now has 5 different iPad lines starting at $329 and going all the way up to more than $2,000. Here's how the models break down: iPad, 9th generation, 64GB, $329 iPad, 9th generation, 256GB, $479 iPad, 10th generation, 64GB, $479 iPad mini, 64GB, $499 iPad, 10th generation, 256GB, $599 iPad Air, 64GB, $599 iPad mini, 256GB, $649 iPad Air, 256GB, $749 iPad Pro, 11-inch, 128GB, $799 iPad Pro, 1. So while options are definitely good, they can also be overwhelming. If you have $600 to spend, for example, you can get a new iPad with 256GB of storage, or an iPad Air with 64GB of storage, an iPad mini with 64GB of storage, or a 9th gen iPad with 256GB of storage and cellular connectivity. The 10th generation iPad features USB-C but still supports the Lightning-based Apple Pencil. AppleBut. Where it really gets confusing is with the features. Consider these facts about Apple's iPad lineup: 3 distinct iPads essentially have the same size 11-inch display. The 10th gen iPad doesn't have the anti-reflective coating that was introduced in 2014. Every iPad Apple sells has a different processor. The 10th gen iPad is the only model to have a selfie camera and landscape orientation. The iPad Pro has newer Bluetooth 5.3, and the 10th gen iPad 5.2, and the iPad Air and Mini 5.0. The iPad Mini is the only model that doesn't support any of Apple's keyboard cases. The 10th gen iPad still doesn't support the 2nd generation Apple Pencil. So not only do you need to wait for nearly 2 dozen options when deciding which tablet to buy, but you also have to consider small differences in the various lineups that might not be obvious to casual consumers. Most buyers probably couldn't tell the difference between the 10th gen iPad's unlaminated display and the iPad Air's laminated display, or feel the speed of an A15 versus an A13.